Portugal has officially chosen its song for Eurovision 2025 and it is an emotional song and a different song. It's called Deslocado by Napa and it's not a typical Eurovision entry. There's no flashy staging or dance breaks. Instead, this is a very deeply personal song about feeling lost, disconnected and out of place. And that is exactly what the word deslocado means in Portuguese. Here's the thing, deslocado doesn't have a perfect translation in English. It's one of those unique Portuguese words like saudade that carry a whole emotional world inside and you cannot translate. But in this video I'm going to break down this word for you and I will explain exactly what deslocado means in the song and in another contexts. So we will be exploring the most emotional lyrics and I will be teaching you real useful Portuguese phrases that you can actually use, especially if you are learning European Portuguese, but this goes for all the other varieties of Portuguese too. And if you love learning Portuguese through culture, emotion and real life expressions, don't miss this video where I teach you 55 everyday phrases you need to speak like a local. So let's start with the main word, deslocado. This word comes from a verb, deslocar, which means to move or to displace something. So when someone says estou deslocado or deslocada, they are not saying they have moved physically. They are saying they feel out of place, like they don't belong somewhere or in some situation. And not belonging to somewhere, it's exactly what this song is about. In the lyrics you will hear, eu nunca vou pertencer àquela cidade. Eu nunca vou pertencer àquela cidade. I will never belong to that city. That's basically the art of deslocado. You are physically present somewhere, but you are very emotional distant from that place. You are missing your home. You're in a place, but it doesn't feel like your home. And it gets even deeper when you realize that the band, Napa, are from Madeira. And to study, they had to come to, Portugal, continental part of Portugal. So that's where they took their inspiration from, because they had to displace from Madeira to come to the other part of Portugal. They had to get out of the island and that's what this is about. But this song isn't just about being lost in a city. It's about leaving an island where the life is slower, quieter and warmer because Madeira has a really tropical environment. You land in a big city that feels very cold, rushed and grey. It talks about the emotional clash between ilha and cidade, island and city, and the homesickness that comes with this feeling. If you ever felt like you don't fit in at school, in a new country, or even just in a group of people, that's you feeling deslocado or deslocada. Now let's look at some key lyrics that really show this feeling of disconnection and longing. Com a mala arrumada. With my suitcase packed. So this means that the person writing this is already preparing to leave. Is never settled, never rooted. That's being deslocado. Mãe, olha a janela que eu estou a chegar a casa. Mãe, olha a janela que eu estou a chegar a casa. Mom, look out the window, I'm coming home. This line is packed with emotion. It contrasts the feeling of being lost in the city with the comfort of home. He may feel deslocado in another city, but in Madeira it still feels like casa, home. Monte de betão não me provoca nada. Monte de betão não me provoca nada. Betão is concrete. The concrete jungle doesn't make me feel anything. Monte is an interesting word in Portuguese. It can mean small mountain, or it can mean like a pile of something, like when you have a lot of something, you have monte. Por exemplo, tenho monte de coisas para fazer. I have a lot of things to do. That is what monte means in this context. And this phrase is a beautiful metaphor. The city that he is in is big, grey, and made of concrete, and it leaves him numb. There's no emotional reaction. He's surrounded by people, buildings, movement, but he feels completely nothing. Porque eu vim de longe, eu vim do meio do mar.
Porque eu vim de longe, eu vim do meio.
Because I came from far away, I came from the middle of the sea. Here, he is talking about Madeira. These lines are a direct reference to the island, not just geographically, but emotionally. He's saying, I come from a completely different world. This song, it's a reminder that even within the same country, people can feel like worlds apart. I've been there. I don't know if you that are seeing this has been there, but I know the feeling. These lyrics are very simple, but they are incredibly honest. Now, if you are learning Portuguese, this will be your favorite part, because this song is like a gold mine of real Portuguese expressions people use. Let me give you a few that you can take away and actually use. Estou deslocado or deslocada. I feel out of place, like with C. Deslocado, out of place. Arrumar a mala, to pack your bag. It can be your suitcase or another type of bag. Mala. Chegar a casa, to arrive home. Não me provoca nada. It doesn't make me feel anything. So, this song isn't just emotional because of the lyrics. It's also emotional because it tells a story that many Portuguese people relate to. Portugal has a long history of immigrations, and for decades people have left the country, often from islands like Madeira or from small towns, to find work and a better life abroad. Everyone has family abroad in Portugal, like in countries like France, Switzerland, Luxembourg, and other countries of course, but these are the three countries that have the largest Portuguese communities, and the reason is immigration. When you leave your country, even if it is for a big opportunity, there's always the feeling that you don't fully belong where you go. But when you return home, things might not feel the same either. That's exactly the feeling of Deslocado. This song brings a lot of feelings to a lot of Portuguese people, like deep mix of nostalgia, identity, and as I said, saudade. It's not just about moving to the city. It's about what it means to live or to search for something better, and to always feel a bit in between your own country, your hometown, or the place you are now. So, now you know that deslocado is more than just a word. It's a deep feeling, it's about being in the wrong place, not feeling seen, and longing to go back to where you belong. Maybe your home, maybe your island, maybe just a place where you feel very peaceful at. If you like this kind of video, where I teach you natural emotional Portuguese through culture and music, make sure to check this video where I teach you Portuguese vocabulary through a Portuguese song called Carta by Toranja, and don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you next time. Obrigada e até já!